Welcome to the Clopen Effect, a retail podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I'm your host, Meredith.
And I'm your host, Cass.
Let's have some fun.
Happy Friday!
What's up, everybody? Closer and closer to Christmas.
Are you done with your shopping yet?
No.
Better get on that shit. So I had a really funny story to tell you. I think it's really funny. I don't know if you'll think it's really funny. So this one store, it was newer to me recently, and there's kind of cute guy over at the Starbucks,
Right.
you know? And like I didn't go over there because there was a cute guy. Like,
Can I interrupt you for a second? Is this the same one that like you're very clever and you say like, thanks, I got it for my birthday. Like when you
Yes.
asked your name,
Yes.
but you could not think about your name.
Right.
Or okay, all right. I just want to make sure I had the right person.
I told didn't I talk about that on here?
You did.
Where I was like,
so this is the same Starbucks.
This is the same guy, right?
Okay.
So, and he's not always there when I'm there, but you know, I've ran into him a couple times since then, and I like, you know, try to be friendly, like, oh hey, how's it going? You know, and I'd just be like, man.
Really?
And I was
Wait,
like,
you would run into him in the store or at Starbucks?
In the store.
Oh.
Like he would be walking, you know, maybe from the bathroom back over to Starbucks or, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, what the heck
and
is his
like,
problem?
Maybe he's farty pants today.
Right,
you know?
right.
So today I go over there to get a coffee, as I sometimes do while I'm at the store. And he was like, oh, Cassandra, yes. I like that name.
What
I
the
like that name. And I
heck?
was like, oh, I get it for my birthday.
Did you pull it today?
I did.
That's
I did.
awesome.
And he laughed. And he was like, he told
Were
me
you trying to
actually-
figure out what the heck's wrong with him on the other days?
Right. I was so confused.
Oh my God.
Because I was like, okay, you know, because then you think sometimes, well, maybe they're just having a bad day, you know, whatever.
I guess, yeah.
So we sat and chit-chatted for a little bit while he was making my coffee. He's like, oh, you want whipped cream, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he was like, actually, I wanted to name my daughter Cassandra, and I lost that fight, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, that's just ridiculous.
Wait, is it
Anyways.
ridiculous about the daughter and the wife, or is
No.
is it ridiculous
Yeah,
he's not
he
single?
didn't pass on my namesake. I want everybody to be named. And she was Cassandra. Anyways, I figured out today it's two different guys.
What?
They look similar.
Oh, and they wear masks.
And they wear masks. I was like, this is definitely not the same guy that was being rude to me as I was walking
Oh
around
my
the other day.
gosh.
Isn't
that's
that funny?
crazy. Do you think they're related or no?
No.
Okay. You truly just
I mean-
realized that they were two different people.
I guess I think everybody's attractive.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
It's super cold up here right now, right?
Ah.
If you don't live in the Midwest, well, you know what? I don't know. Maybe the West Coast or like Arizona experiences this too because they're very dry.
Yeah.
So summer, I'm fine. My hands are fine.
Yeah.
My legs are fine. I don't need lotion. It gets below 30 and my hands are cracking
Oh, yeah.
open. It's so freaking cold. And the static.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I freaking hate the static. So I was just telling you, I spray the inside of my coat. I spray my tank top. I spray my outer shirt. So I have one brand of shirt that I wear to work
Oh,
because
yeah.
it fits me well.
Yeah.
It looks presentable.
Mm-hmm.
And
You
it's
can
like
work in it.
It's like 100% polyester, I
Yeah.
think, right? Super freaking staticky. My hair is going crazy. Like, I don't even want to wear my coat because then I'm staticky all day, right? So,
What stuff do you spray in it? What is it?
Static Guard.
Static guard.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't guard though.
It doesn't do shit. So, because my hair is very long, so no matter what, it's going to get staticky.
And you're not spraying
you know?
your hair.
Right. Which I have heard you can spray it on your brush it in your hair,
Ah.
or take a dryer sheet, you know, wipe your
Mm.
hair with a dryer sheet.
Do you want to smell like
I mean,
dryer sheet?
whatever. It's better than cigarettes. So,
Not that I ever smell it on you ever.
no?
Never.
Oh, God, I stink like
no
cigarettes
way. No
all the
way.
time.
No way.
Anyways, so I go to the store, and it was a very cold day. I actually had my jacket on, right?
Oh.
And I kept my jacket on in the store because I knew as soon as I peeled it off, I was going to be so freaking staticky and it was
Yeah.
going to piss me off, right? So I always wear a tank top underneath my work shirt
Oh,
because I'm reaching up a lot and like I
Yeah.
don't want my belly hanging out.
Yeah.
So our secret squirrel friend will find this very funny because she just sent me a snap about this. I had like a pink tank top on.
Okay.
Now I am very pink flesh toned myself. So I'm talking to this younger guy that I've never seen. I don't know if he's new at this store because I've been going to this store for a while. And I'm looking for a display to put up, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I walk into the back room and I start looking at boxes that are similar in size and this and that. And he goes, "Excuse me, can I help you?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm just looking for this display, blah, blah, blah." I'm talking to him and he kept looking down, right? But my name badge hangs there.
Oh, sure, right.
So
and
I
that's always what they do,
right.
yeah.
And I always like, I'll grab my name badge and like feel it and make sure it's flipped the right way.
Right,
My
so they can
name is
read where you're
facing out,
from,
you know,
yeah.
right? So I'm talking to him, and he's like, "Yeah, no, I haven't seen anything back here, but, you know, maybe look over there, this and that." And he keeps looking down. I get out to my car and notice my shirt was staticky. And that guy thought he was staring at my just belly. My belly skin.
Oh, my God.
My shirt was stuck up. Up. My whole belly was hanging out.
Oh, my God. What?
Like, he kind of looked a little, like, disturbed, you know?
Shut up. Yeah, right. Just probably like, I want a piece of that. What else did she do?
Oh, my God. And here I am just standing there like,
Where's my display?
"Where's my display? I can't find it anywhere with my belly hanging out."
Fucking static card doesn't work.
So, yeah, Secret Squirrel just sent me a picture
Oh, God.
of somebody working, and they had, like skin-colored leggings on. And I was like, that person does not have pants on, and you cannot convince me otherwise.
Well, you don't wear shirts, so.
That's how that guy felt. He was like, "This bitch ain't got no shirt on, and her gut is just hanging out. Her shirt is stuck halfway up to her boobs." Like,
Oh, God. You feel like wearing a half
I
shirt.
was so embarrassed. Like, why couldn't I have worn a green tank top that day?
Oh,
No, I had to
man.
wear the pink fleshy one. Mortified, I tell you.
Oh, God.
That's my story.
Oh, my God. So I was way younger. I remember this, and this is not as great as your story.
Not as terrible as
But
my
yeah,
story.
no, it's not as great. But I remember I was younger and I bought 2 pairs of shoes. And we were going somewhere, and I kept trying one. I don't know if I want to wear the white ones or the black ones, the white ones or the black ones. So I was like, which one? So we get in the car, and it's like dark out already because, you know, it gets dark here at like 4:40.
Yeah, I know.
And we get to the place, and I'm walking around, and people are like looking, "Oh, you look cute," you know, whatever. And I'm like, "Thanks," you know. I was like, I don't know, 12. And so I'm like walking around, and my mom looks at me, and she's like, "What kind of trend are we setting?" And I had no idea what she was talking about. I completely forgot to choose a pair of shoes. I had one black and one white on.
My
And this was
God.
before it was cool. You know,
That
this was
is so
years
funny.
ago.
And now look at you. You won't even wear mismatched,
I
same brand,
know.
same style socks.
I know. I'm crazy. Oh, man. I'm sure there's so many
Mortified.
more stories like that. My goodness. Oh, you know, I remember we, at this place that we met,
Yeah.
we would wear button-down shirts.
Right.
Like manager shirts
Right.
were button-down.
Right.
Oh, and I'll never forget, like, I know most of us wear tank tops under it, but it was like 90 degrees out. And I was probably like doing something outside and then coming back in. And I remember talking to a customer, and she was like looking down and whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, no problem. You know, it's fine. I can get it for you. I'll go in the back room. And all of a sudden I'm like, man, it's breezy. 2 of my buttons were like, doing. And here's my bra hanging out. I'm like, oh no. Oh,
Those were the worst shirts ever. Because they had female cut and male cut. And I was like, please just give me a male shirt.
Yes.
Because I can wear 4 sizes smaller than in the female.
Yes.
And my tits never fit in the female. I had to get a shirt 4 sizes
oh my
bigger
gosh.
than what I actually was just to fit my tits.
Yeah,
in
because the way that they cut it. Oh, after that, I was always tank tops no matter what. It didn't matter what color the tank top, nothing.
Yes.
It's always a tank
I
top.
feel like that's where I learned to always put, because like I said, they were a terrible cut.
Yep.
They were short.
Yep.
So every time you lifted your arm, you know,
Yeah.
we have to be physical in these clothes.
Yes.
We can't we don't sit behind a desk, you know.
Yeah.
Why are we making them midriffs?
Yeah. Oh, and then they had the polos. And you know what we used to do with the polos is we would open the one side and put the elastic through so you would never have to tuck the polos in.
You just folded it
You
under.
just folded it under with the elastic
I kept
on
my
there.
grandma very busy with those shirts.
Yes,
I had like
that was
40 of them.
perfect.
Yeah.
That was perfect for me.
Yes.
Yep. So you have like clothes problems. I have computer problems because I always have to Zoom and like be on Google and all that BS. So it's weird. Okay. So my computer was fine on Monday. It was like in the middle of the night at like 2 a.m. And okay, so I'm going to describe to everyone, like I have my master bedroom and my master bathroom. And then on the side is where my office is. It's kind of like in like
your
closet area kind of. It's like a walk-in closet / it was going to be like an office, but it's kind of like closet. So it sits over there.
Yeah.
And then it's by a window, which is nice because I can look outside. I can be nosy. It faces my front. I can see who's parked in front of my house. So anyway, so I'm sleeping and it's 2 a.m. And all of a sudden my whole bedroom lights up.
Because you sleep with no TV on.
No, I don't sleep with anything.
See, I wouldn't
sleep
notice.
with, And all of a sudden it's all, and I'm like, what's going on? You know, when you're like out of it, I'm like, okay, I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, is there a car with their lights in my window? I'm looking. I'm like, well, I have to pee anyways. Might as well just get up and use the bathroom. So I get up and I start walking past this little like office area and my computer is on.
Oh, God.
And it's updating.
Oh, God.
So I'm like, oh, all right, well, cool. It's my work computer, no problem. So I use the bathroom. I go to bed. I let it do its thing. It went for like a half an hour and then it shut off and then I was able to go back to bed.
Oh,
I didn't
my
want
God,
to touch
you
it.
just like laid there the whole time it was
I TikToked, So I'm like, oh, no problem, So I get up. I do my thing. I'm getting ready to log in. And I'm like, oh, this whole thing is different. Like the icons are in the middle. They were on the left.
Gosh,
I'm like, okay, I
hate
got
that.
this. Yeah, I'm like, I got this. It looks real fancy. I'm like, all right, we're fancy, So I'm like clicking away. I'm emailing. And then my first meeting comes up. It's 9:00. And I go to like start it. It's on Google.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing that I'm on mute. I can tell. It's not like the red button. It's giving me like it's your computer that's on mute. So you need to find your computer on mute.
Oh, no.
So luckily it wasn't from anyone like from corporate or anything. It was 2 of my team members.
Oh, good.
And so I'm giving them like like one moment,
second.
1 second, because they can see me and I can hear them going, oh, she can't get off mute and blah, blah, blah. And they have Apple computers where I have a different computer because I just liked having a keyboard and stuff. Or I like the keyboard. So I'm like, 1 minute, I'm sweating. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening?
And they're just watching you.
They were just watching. And then they were kind of talking about like, what they were going to do for the weekend and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, all right, I can tell that I'm starting to panic. I could not find any buttons and it kept bringing me to like, it was like minutes. So I finally just like told them, I said, I can't get my microphone to work. I'll be back. I wrote to them,
Yeah.
And so I closed the meeting and I'm looking and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Now, when this kind of stuff happens, 60 seconds feels like 4 hours,
forever,
right?
yes,
So I'm like, they're waiting for me. They're probably like, this old broad doesn't know what she's
It's already
doing,
been 20 minutes.
No, it's been like 60 seconds.
Shit.
So I hop back on and I look at them like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. And one of my team members, he's like, you know what? I have a feeling it's your F4 key. Hit your F4 key and sure enough.
My face is in shock right now. What?
Sure enough, it was lit and there's a microphone on there.
Oh my
gosh.
But
it never did that before. It was with the update. And he said that he lives next to a train station, so he has used his F4 key like every day, all day. So that's why he kind of thought to cut it off quick when the train comes through. So I hit it. I'm like, yay, I'm back. I was so excited.
And you feel like you're 90.
And I felt like I drank 50 cups of coffee. I was all shaky. I'm like, I hate this.
You didn't Google it?
No.
Like, why is my computer on mute?
No, I turned on the meeting again and they told me.
I Google
Why
everything.
Google it when you have great, smart people that you
everything.
work with? I couldn't believe it. So now what it does, every single time now, and I'll have to go into my settings, every single time it's off.
Oh,
the
no.
mute, I call in and the mute button. So now I know to hit the F4. But why? What a dumb feature.
Yeah.
You're gonna update my computer so that when I call into a meeting, I'm on mute.
Yeah.
Because I know on Google, if there's more than 5 people, it automatically puts that 6th and on mute.
On mute.
So you know that if you're late to the meeting, make sure you want to say something, you're automatically on mute. Why would it do that when
I
you're
don't
like,
know.
it was only 3 of us?
I like mine. What do we use at work? I don't know. I guess we just go through Google.
Probably
also.
Microsoft Teams.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I have
That is
I have
exactly what
Zoom,
we
and I
use.
have Google.
And I always, because every Friday we have a meeting, and it's like maybe like 30, 45 minutes, maybe an hour if we have a lot to talk about. But it's always at lunchtime. They started at like 10 a.m. So I take my lunch then. And one of the coworkers was like, well, how come you never have your camera on or your speaker on and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, because I'm eating lunch.
Yeah.
So today I was traveling from one store to the next, and I see it pop up on my phone, like,
10 more minutes
Teams
or whatever.
meeting. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I forgot about it, So I'm like speeding. Ooh, hurry up and get there. And I was like, I'm so hungry. So I'm like in the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A, and I'm like, oh, thank God it's like muted, no camera. Because I'm like, can I get a number 2 with a lemonade, please? Like,
and on the call, they're like, and everyone pay attention. This is very important.
Yeah. And they're going, what's the name on the order? And I'm like, huh? What? Oh, wait, what are they saying? Oh, shoot.
When I first started and calls would come up, it would give me like a 10-minute. Those 10 minutes, I'd be pacing, getting ready to hit that button. Now I'm just like, oh, I'm a minute late.
Yeah.
Like it's funny how you just become acclimated to that kind of stuff.
I would be the first one in there.
Yes.
I'd be 8 minutes early, and I'd be the first one in there.
It would be this week is the first time that I was early to all my meetings and everyone was late.
Oh, really?
Like I would actually, a couple times it would say like 01 or 02 or 03, and I'm like, wait a minute. Wait, am I on the wrong link? I mean, are they like already talking and I'm not on? So I would click out and then click back in or kind of like see who was invited.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden everyone would be like, bing, bing, bing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, we're late. Sorry. That was all week long.
Yeah.
But a couple times I was like,
everybody's
wait,
baking cookies.
how can I be this early? Yeah. It's funny, Fridays. Well, this is actually my Friday because I worked Sunday at a grand opening.
Oh.
So I hope no one took me the wrong way, but we were on a call and I'm like, yeah, this is actually like my second Friday. I'm working 6 days. And my boss is like, you need to be off today.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, no. I have plenty to do. I'm just saying I was at the grand opening on Sunday. That was my choice. Whatever. I could have made the decision to be there Monday.
Yeah.
I can't remember my point. Oh, but what was my point? Didn't you do that last week?
I did.
I forgot my point.
What was the point of
What was
this
the point?
story?
I have not had enough to drink yet tonight. What was my point? Whatever.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Moving on. Moving right along.
So I was just like, I had like clicked off, clicked on, clicked off. And there's a time change too. So I thought, oh, maybe I'm an hour early or maybe I'm an hour
That's
late
the
to all of
worst.
these.
Yeah.
So, but I never changed my computer anymore.
My old job had a real issue with that time change.
Yes.
Because like the home office was in another state.
Yes.
And they would always say, okay, we have a call at 9 a.m. I'd be there
Eastern
at
Standard
9 a.m.
Time.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
an hour early.
Yes.
So then we always knew, wait an hour from the time. Well, then they changed it. So each time zone would get the email would relay the correct time.
Oh.
So now you're an hour late. Because
Yeah. Yes. I remember that happening to me a
that
couple
took
times.
a lot of communication to get that out to the whole company. Like, it's fixed now. Go by the time on the actual email.
Oh, I love it. It takes me probably 40 years to figure out when someone from like, let's just say like Utah or something sends a message and they'll say Mountain Time, or someone on the East Coast will say Eastern Time.
Yes.
And then they're like, okay, I'm available at 1 or 3 Eastern Time. I'm like, just give me one time to try and figure this out. So I'm looking at mine and I have my meetings and I'm just like, okay, 1 Eastern Time is 12 here.
Yeah.
Okay, but I have a meeting at 12. So, okay, let's look at 3. Oh, I'm good 3. Wait, no, that's their time. So, okay, am I good 2? No, I'm not good 2. Oh my gosh. It's like
that's so annoying.
I have an idea. Set up your own meetings and I'll just show up.
Yeah. I have a sister-in-law that lives in Vegas.
Okay.
So anytime she because for Christmas I always host my family.
Yeah.
And then either, one of us hosts the in-law family.
Yeah, yeah.
And we'll try to call the sister in Vegas, and we have a brother in Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
So then it's like we have to figure out the time. Like, but then sometimes it's like 9 o'clock because it's only 7 o'clock there.
Yes,
It's
right.
crazy. Like, I like traveling because then you gain time, right?
Yeah.
Over that way. Yeah. it's like a 4-hour flight, but really you land in 2 hours.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah, I like traveling that way.
We have someone that works in California, and so we have that Slack where you can see like if people are online, or if they're like off, it'll say that they're off, or if they're getting coffee, it says coffee. It kind of lets you know what people are doing.
Yeah.
Or if I'm like on a plane, there's a picture of a plane.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
You just
cool.
you update your status. You can put
Yeah.
that you're traveling. Like if I go to visit stores, I put a little car in there. Like I put a
Yeah.
race car in there.
Oh, that's
just so
funny.
people know, like if I don't
A little
respond
race
back right
car.
away, it's because I'm either in the car, on a
Yeah.
plane, getting coffee, on lunch. There's like a little fork and knife.
Yeah.
With it's really cute, So, I don't know who pays attention. They still send you
Right.
messages, but at
Right.
least it kind of gives them that heads up that, hey, I'm in the
Hey, I'm
middle
not
of
gonna
doing
answer
this.
right away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And there's a little green, and there's like a hollow O, meaning like they're not online, or if there's a green.
Yeah.
Or if there's like a green with a little Z, like they're online, but it's before their work time.
Oh.
So don't bother them,
Don't
or they're not
bother
gonna,
them, yeah.
they have their notifications
Not
on
9 a.m.
snooze.
yet.
Yeah, exactly. So there's someone that works in California, so she's 2 hours behind us.
Yeah.
So I'll get done at 5 and I'll close my computer and I'll see a message come through from her. I'm like, what the hell? Why is she doing it at 5? Well, no, it's
Yeah.
3 by her.
Yeah.
Like she's still right in working
yeah.
hours, So I
That's
always make sure I
crazy.
answer her back because it
You're
just
not going
is.
to wait until the next day.
No.
Yeah.
It just is. And I know she's working, and a lot of times she needs something immediately. Like, what do you think
okay.
about this? What
Yeah.
do you think about this? And I'm like, yep, that'll be
It's like
great.
marketing
Or, what
and
will the
stuff.
stores think about this?
We
Yeah.
need a decision right now.
Exactly. Yeah. I just
know,
wrote
that's
this. What do you
crazy.
think?
Yeah.
So it's neat. It's very neat.
I know. It's very interesting to
Mm-hmm.
hear what all the different aspects that you deal
Yeah.
with at work,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to come work with you. So we have cookie baking this weekend.
We do. So we're gonna make everyone hungry. So if you're listening
Yes.
at lunch and you're not eating, we apologize. Or if it's early in the morning,
I'm excited to make my cookies. So my recipe that I bring every year is like a loaded cookie.
Yes,
It's fruit and nuts, and it is loaded.
it is amazing.
Maybe I'll take a picture of the recipe and you can post it on our Facebook.
Absolutely. I think people would be very interested. I noticed
Yeah.
so I'm trying to stay away from social media.
Why?
Just need a break. You know how you do that.
No,
but
I don't. I dropped one and just picked up another.
I actually found myself having anxiety being on TikTok because they're not long enough. Like,
Really?
Like I realize that I'm someone that I need all the information, and it probably takes me about 20 minutes to learn
God.
all your information, and 3 minutes or 1 minute is not
yeah.
enough for me. Oh, for example, there's a girl that posted, and she was utilizing the 1 minute. So it was like part 1, part 2, part 3.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
everything was a
Yeah.
minute. And it was about how she believes her father killed her mother.
I know who you're talking
Okay.
about.
Yes. I can't think of her name right
I
now. I
can't
always do
either.
that.
I know,
but
me
if someone
too.
asks, I will share it.
Yeah.
But it was like
Because it happened back
part
in like the
1,
90s,
blah,
right?
blah, blah,
Yeah.
part 2, blah, 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 part 3.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay. I just find myself
Yeah.
going, okay, I just need to get to 6 because I'm morbid like that. And I like
do
to
hate
hear what happened.
I do hate all
but-
the parts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that drives
So
me
I kind of
crazy.
find that it gave me a little anxiety. And then on Facebook, it's all the same bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
People are just, okay, shut up already. I know what your stance is on
so
everything.
ready to drop that again.
Yeah.
Like
I think I might. I think I'm going to. Well, I don't really want to drop it because of Clopen, because we have so many
Right.
people that
Right.
send messages.
But if
and
you
stuff,
only
but-
do Clopen and
right,
like
you can
shut
stay
off your
online
normal
for
page,
Clopen. Yeah. I wonder.
yeah.
I'm interested if others have some. If they're going to do that, like in 2022, are they going to take a break,
So,
or have they been taking
we
a break?
have Facebook has turned into the metaverse or whatever, right?
Yes,
So I know you're gonna say no, but have you ever seen the movie Ready Player One?
I actually have.
Shut the front
I
door.
actually have.
So that's like the metaverse, right?
Yes.
Like, people are still poor as shit living in these stacked up trailers and they just can't handle their life and they go into VR.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And
Yep.
it's like, is this what we're coming to?
It absolutely is. I was
Fuck
watching on
that.
TikTok. Oh wait, let me go back real quick. So the reason why I have been still hanging out on Facebook is because everyone's baking.
Yeah.
And so I'm seeing all their recipes. So I'm like, ooh, that looks good. That looks good. That
Yes.
was
Yes.
So there is a filter on TikTok, and people say, this is not really what I look like. This is catfishing. This is not really what I look like. And there is a page of a girl that only uses that filter. And
What?
she says, I do this on purpose. Look at the comments. And it's like, other people like flirting with her and,
Yeah.
beautiful lipstick and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And it just keeps going on. And it's truly not what she looks like. But she has not revealed what she looks like.
These people need to get outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's pretty crazy to me.
It is.
Just be careful out there. Be careful,
do you see
folks.
the makeup ones where these people, and not to put anybody down, but they know they don't look as good without makeup as they do with makeup.
Yeah, let's get to the good part.
Yeah. Or they do the chin up and chin down one.
Yes.
Yeah. There's some fucking crazy ones. There's one too. She has a tattoo right under her
Yes.
eye that says, what is it? It's me phobia or something like that, it says.
Yes.
And she is absolutely beautiful when she puts makeup on. Not that she doesn't look good without makeup on, but she has literally, like, she shaves her eyebrows off. And
Yeah,
draws
so it's
them
like,
on
it's
and,
all like art.
super natural. And then once she puts her makeup on, I'm like, holy damn. I'm like,
Yeah.
I think my makeup is broken. Like, it doesn't do that for me.
Aw.
But it's like the comments of people that are like, well, God forbid I wake up next to that in the morning. And it's like, do you think a full face of makeup and filters, Kim Kardashian filters, is that what you want?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like maybe because we're older,
Mm-hmm.
when
You're a little bit older than me, but yeah.
When I was a teen, it was like low-rise skinny jeans,
Yeah,
midriffs.
yeah.
And it's like, I never had the body for that. I was always a pork chop since I've been in third grade.
Oh my God.
Just a baked potato.
Oh my God.
Once I matured a little bit, I got pretty hot, but then
Yeah,
I got
you're
real
still hot.
I got real comfortable real quick too. But I never I shouldn't say I never, because when you're a kid, you're just like, oh, I wish I looked like that,
Yeah.
And it's terrible. And then
Yeah.
I saw a video of this girl. It's called a BBW, right? And that's a Brazilian butt lift or whatever.
Oh, okay.
BBL, is that
Oh,
what it is?
okay.
Oh, BBW is big, beautiful women.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, this chick had a butt just like Kim Kardashian's. And I'm like, why would you want that? Like, have you seen those pictures of Kim Kardashian's butt where it looks like she has a diaper on?
Oh, okay.
We've talked about that.
Gosh,
It's really...
I don't look her up, so I don't know, but I know what you're talking about.
I know guys there's some guys that like big butts.
Yeah.
But
and they
that
cannot
is
lie.
just- that is just like over the top. I don't understand. None of us are perfect. Why
Yeah.
are you trying to be perfect? That's not what we're not supposed to be.
And
perfect.
really, let's identify perfect. I mean, there's a lot of perfect people out there that haven't gotten any surgeries or anything. Like you're perfect if you think you are.
Well, right.
Right?
Everybody's
So
imperfect.
you're like, I completely agree with you. And then we say things like, well, they just want to be perfect, but they probably were to begin with.
I don't know. She looked like Jafar, Kim Kardashian did.
Jafar from Aladdin. It's terrible.
You know what? I didn't say it. The internet did.
Oh,
I just
okay,
saw the
okay.
picture.
I was gonna say that doesn't sound like you. You're not mean like that. We'll talk about it later.
But yeah, I don't know. I never thought like, man, I wish I could go get a boob job or a big butt,
Yeah. I have a couple friends that when they post, and I'm just as guilty, but when they post, it's only a filter.
Right.
And then you see them in person, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
this is what you look like.
Oh wow, your lashes aren't 4 inches long.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, they look pretty much the same,
Right.
but I'm just like, oh, that's what you look like without stars
It's
around your
enhanced.
face. Yeah, it's
It's
enhanced.
enhanced. But my whole point to that rant is
Yes.
freaking go outside and enjoy life.
Oh, yeah. Just love yourself.
Like get off the computer.
Yeah.
I'm terrible. I'm so addicted to TikTok. I could watch TikTok for 12
Oh, yeah.
hours
Oh,
straight.
yeah. We're just
you
as
know?
guilty. I mean, we're just talking about it. That's all.
But I still go outside.
Yeah, you do. You do. You're here. We're doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I leave my house.
Yeah.
I am not sitting in my living room via internet,
Yeah.
And that's what it's going to come to one day, and it makes me sick.
Yeah. No, I am curious if anyone's going to be like just off socials, and I don't know. I just feel like it's just so much in your face now.
I feel like this would be, this upcoming year, 2020. What year
Two.
are we in?
We're going 21 to 22.
Dude,
I know. I'm telling
2020
you.
and 2021 have
I'm
just
telling
been
you,
like one
it's-
big nightmare.
I know.
But yeah, I feel like 2022 would be a perfect opportunity to,
Reset.
yes, and cut the line to online.
Yeah.
Cut yourself
yeah.
off.
Reset. Reset. I mean, still follow us. comment,
Yes.
text us.
Yes.
We had
Just
4 or
get rid
5
of
people
everybody
text
else.
today and Snapchat
Yeah.
and say, awesome episode. They
Yeah.
were talking about last week, and better share your
Oops.
cookies and all
My
that
phone's
kind of stuff.
vibrating.
That's all right.
Only
Keep following
follow
us.
us.
But yeah. Oh, mine
On-
is too, so it must be a group. Definitely a group. It's our bestie. We're going
What's our
to take a
bestie
break because we have to say hi to our
say?
bestie. Okay, bye.
Hi, bestie. Hi, bestie. Hi, bestie.
We see her name pop up. We're like, whoop, we have to stop.
Gotta take a break.
Yep, gotta take
See
a
what
break.
she's doing.
See what's up with her.
See if the kids are murdering her.
Aw. I think she's at work tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she has to close one night a week now.
Oh, yeah. First of all, she doesn't even have to be there at night.
No, she doesn't.
Her job and the requirements of her job, all of her business is between, I'd say, 7 and 3.
Yeah.
So her manager wants her to fucking work a night because she has to fucking work nights.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's stupid. Yeah, you get paid a hell of a lot more.
Yeah.
And that goes back to that mentality. Well, I had to do it when I was younger and had kids, so you should have to do it too. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck you for wanting other people to feel like a piece of shit, like you felt like a piece of shit. That pisses me off more than
Yep.
anything.
I know we've had conversations on this back and forth many times.
Yes. I want people to feel good.
Yeah.
I want people to, I know it's not always fucking rainbows at work, but
Right.
at least you're walking into somebody who has, a positive attitude about it.
Yep.
Just like I said about that meat manager. He don't give a fuck. His whole team don't give a fuck either.
Right.
That's why nothing will ever get done in that store.
Right. And the nice thing about our bestie is that she'll do whatever. Like, that's fine.
She is so
Yes. She will do whatever
Yes.
the company
Right.
is saying, like
Right.
her leadership or
we
whatever.
really need to
because-
find her a new job. I've told her
But there's a lot of people out
Yeah.
there that, I think she's happy, but so I'm not going to compare her to this sentence,
Right.
but I think there's a lot of unhappy people out there because they are yes people.
yeah.
I'm not sure about her. I'm not saying it's her, but they're like, no problem. You say I can
Yeah.
work one night a week. That's fine. I'll do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, Friday night because you're going to work during the day or have that day off. Fine. I'll work Friday night.
Yeah.
So this same manager, when I used to work there, did the same to me.
Right.
So she wanted days. She always had holidays off.
Yep.
So I'm talking Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve,
Yep.
Thanksgiving. And I was the one that she would schedule for clopins.
Yeah.
Like I would work the night of before Thanksgiving and I would work Thanksgiving and then I would close on Black Friday or I would open again on Black
Yep.
Friday. Like I never saw my family for 7 years.
Yeah.
7
I know,
years.
I know.
Well, the first 2 years, they weren't too bad. They weren't too bad.
Yeah.
But then she came in and she was always that one level ahead of me so she could make the decisions. And it just made me miserable. But I'm a
Yeah.
yes person. We've
Right.
talked about this probably in episode
Right.
1.
I've always said, sure, no problem. But in the
Sure,
back
no
of my
pro- I
head, I'm
know.
like, fuck you.
Yeah. But you know what, though? That's why we're somewhere else
I
now.
know.
Unfortunately.
Fucking
So
drop
I really
that
wish.
shit like a bad
I
habit.
know. I just really wish that companies would just. I wish people would be more than numbers.
Yeah.
I wish they would have people in leadership
Yeah.
that really cared and didn't do things despite what they were doing.
Right.
Like
Right.
you're in the grocery or the frontline business, you do have to work a couple nights a week or
Right.
one night a week just because you really need to be with those people. You need to see what's happening. You
Yep.
need to understand what
Yeah.
they're doing on that shift. Like you said, hers, besties, she doesn't need to be there
She
at
doesn't
night.
need to be
She
there
has
at
a
night.
great crew that works at night
Right.
and she's a phone call away, a
Yep.
text away.
Yep.
Not to mention she lives close.
Yeah.
So if anything happened,
And nobody should be
she
fucking
would be
calling
there.
her at night
No,
anyways.
they
Call the
shouldn't.
manager
but,
on duty.
Yeah, or exactly.
What
Thank
the
you.
shit?
Yeah,
You know?
I know.
I hated it when people would text me at night. You have a whole crew of 300 people in the store.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you texting me?
Yeah.
And it would be the same thing over and over and over again. Like, we've been through this.
Yeah.
You know how to do this task.
Yep.
Why are you doing this?
Yep.
You know? So there was times I was not very nice. I think I'm a pretty nice person,
Yep.
but there was times that I was like, fuck you, you know?
So before we get into this, what kind of manager do you think you are? Like think back to when you were managing. You don't manage anyone right now,
no.
right?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, you basically manage the stores.
I manage
But-
myself.
Yeah, you manage yourself in the store, so that's a
Yeah.
little bit different of a
Yeah.
managing.
I don't know.
aspect.
I feel like I was a pretty easygoing manager.
Yeah.
Like,
But you still were like, this needs to get done. This needs to
Right.
get done.
you know what? I made it easy on my team. I give them a checklist.
Yeah.
Here's
yeah.
the checklist that you need to perform every single day.
Yeah.
And if I walked in the morning and I saw the overnight person just checked off the checklist,
Yeah.
You can tell when they just go down the line and check it off. You know, they're not looking at the tasks. They're not taking the time to do the tasks. So what would I do? Immediately when I walked in, I would go check his work.
Yeah.
And I would be like, why are the bathrooms still dirty? Why did you mark off that you went into the walk-in cooler and stocked stuff when clearly it's not stocked, you know? And oh my God, I had this one guy that he would get so, oh my God, am I fired? You know, and it was the first thing he would say, well, am I going to get fired? And it's like, you're lucky you're third shift and the only one that fucking shows up.
Yeah, right.
Otherwise, I probably would let you go.
So maybe we need to stress that you don't have to check mark all the boxes.
Right.
Check mark what you did.
If you didn't
the
get
next
it done,
morning.
right.
Now, if he's third shift, the next morning can look and they can say,
Yes.
oh, he didn't get to those
He didn't
garbages.
get into the
so let me go
cooler.
over there.
Yeah.
But
So let me check
unfortunately,
it. Yes.
I think we are in a society with retail where like you have to show that you did all your work or
Right.
they're going to be like, how come you didn't do all
Right.
your work?
And I don't think I had ever like wrote somebody up for not completing the checklist.
No.
If you didn't have time to do it, you didn't have time to do it.
Yeah.
Although, you know, I could look at sales overnight and see they had 8 transactions. So why didn't you have time for everything? But also, if you're working by yourself in a store, you don't want to go into the cooler.
Nope.
You know,
Nope.
we would have the doors locked and you would have to use the little window, you
Yep.
know. But even still, then people are standing out there waiting,
Yeah.
you know, like, so I get it. So that was a task that I took off of the third shift and put on first and second.
Yeah.
Right? Because first and second always have 2 people in there.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
You know, so you have more time to do stuff,
Right.
you know?
Right.
And you know, you asked me what kind of manager do I think I was. I'd say I was pretty easygoing.
Mm-hmm.
I never asked anybody to do anything that I wouldn't do myself. You know, the beginning of COVID, we had to sanitize like literally every 15, 20, 30 minutes.
Yep.
And guess who was doing it right along with everybody else?
Yep.
You know, no excuse for anybody. And then it's like, you knew if you slacked on it, they're going to slack on it.
Sure.
So
sure.
you don't want to do that. You know, you don't try not to push it off on other people, you know, just, I like to keep busy anyways. So
Right. Exactly.
I would do the whole fucking checklist all day.
Yeah. Right. Right.
I didn't give a shit.
You only had one check to mark, one box to check. Why wasn't it done? Then I'd be mad, you know, but
I'd be doing shit on third shift. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you need to pull this pull and thaw stuff and date it and put it on the
right.
shelf.
Yeah.
I do that. That was my biggest pet peeve is we had pull and thaw. And they, you know, it was like muffins, cookies, stuff like that. So every day, the third shift should be checking the dates on them and then pulling what's needed, dating them and putting them on the shelf so then they're available when people start coming in at 6 a.m.
Oh,
right?
okay.
They're
Okay.
thawed, they're on the shelf. That was something that this one particular person would always mark off, and I would walk in, shit would be outdated.
Oh no.
There would be nothing, you know, yet you marked it off. So I'd approach him like, how come you said you did all the pull and thaw and there ain't nothing on the shelf? Oh, well, you know, they
Don't
make
mark
a
it.
million excuses.
Don't mark it. Yeah.
Yes. Either fucking do it or don't. I don't give a fuck, but
Don't be afraid not to check
Right.
a box.
you just asked me in last week, what happens if you don't finish every single
Yeah.
thing on the checklist? Nothing.
Nothing. I didn't
Nothing.
finish it.
Yeah.
I did something else.
If I didn't have time to get to that one mission,
Yeah.
they're not going to fucking fire me over it, you know?
But is it because managers are like that you need to check all the boxes? That's the problem.
Yeah.
So let's start this whole thing here. We're going to start a trend.
yeah.
Don't check the boxes if you didn't do it.
Right.
It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fine. And then you just tell them. Now, if you're not doing the same thing every single
Right.
day that you're working, maybe it needs to, you
Right.
switch it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
the top half, do the bottom half, do the middle.
Exactly.
Or maybe talk to your manager because there's too many boxes to check
Yeah.
during your shift.
I can't get to these boxes.
Yeah, I can't get
Can
to
you put
'em.
these boxes on a different shift?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
I totally agree with you on that. Like there's no reason that somebody needs to have 85 boxes to check every day.
Yeah, agreed.
And as a manager, if you have 80 boxes and they get 45 of them done, that's more than half.
Absolutely.
You know?
They're working.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I found this super great, what I thought was great article.
Okay.
It's from playvox.com. It's playvox.com.
Vox.
Playvox. It's what type of manager are you? It's 6 management styles and
Oh
personalities.
God.
And
Does it have a quiz? Is it
You
gonna
know,
tell
it doesn't
me?
have a quiz. I was really hoping that it would.
You're just gonna read it to me, and
Yeah,
I'm
going to read it. And when I was reading it earlier today because I was doing some research on this, and I really, really liked it.
Okay.
I feel like you can disagree if you want after we're done. Everyone on here, we're a little bit of each one.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I was thinking of like other managers that we work with and that we know. And
Yeah.
I feel like you can pull a little bit from all of it.
Yeah.
So we got to think of a name that we all are as a combo.
The all-inclusive.
Yeah.
The all-inclusive.
So this
okay.
first one, so playbox.com. So this is the buddy. They don't want to hurt or offend anyone and will go great lengths to avoid giving negative feedback, firing, or getting their hands dirty in any way.
That's me.
And then it says the downside of being a buddy boss is that your team might not take you seriously when you ask them to do something.
Exactly.
So that's the buddy. This one's called the parent. So I feel like I am a
That's
little bit
me.
of a, I feel like I'm a little bit of a buddy.
Yes.
Like I'll go to great lengths,
Right.
you know, to avoid giving negative feedback
Right.
unless I absolutely have to.
Have
I would
to.
rather go to someone else and bitch about the person and have them say, but this, and this. And then I go, you're right. And then
Yeah.
go back and I'm
Yeah.
smiling
Yeah.
again. So I
Yeah.
am a little bit of a buddy.
Oh, that's funny.
So the parent manager has taken each and every member under their wings. So they care for their team members and take the time to provide constant support in order for them to excel and be up for the challenge.
That's me too.
At the same time, this manager also knows how to maintain a distance and let their team do what they need to do.
No. I want to mother everybody. That's why they call me Mama Cass.
So it says, not to mention, they are also great communicators. They know how to approach their team and say things in a way that are understood. So I feel like that's us.
Yes.
So that's the parent part.
There has been times where I've flipped my lid, but that was like, it was just too much for too long.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
like, I think we've all been there.
Sure.
And I'd be like, son of a bitch, I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah,
you know, like,
yeah.
And then other managers would look at me like all wide-eyed because I'd never be like that.
Right.
So I always told them, like, if I yelled at you, it's because you really pissed me off.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I can only take so much.
Yep.
Same as you.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So I feel like I'm a little bit of a parent too.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially when I'm
definitely.
training someone new because I want to show them everything that I know so that when I step
Yeah.
away, they know everything I know
Yes.
plus everything they know.
And they're not texting
right?
me at home.
Yeah, right. This is called the big boss.
No, I am not a big boss.
The big boss type manager has made hierarchy work in order for them to focus on the essentials. They came up with a plan and told all the staff what is needed to be done.
Although I have done that.
As the machine runs on its own, they'll check in periodically.
That was good. That was perfect.
That's like crumblier,
crumbly.
Brianna. Anyways, they check in sometimes to ensure that everything is flowing and going according to plan. I also feel like I'm that as
No.
well.
No.
I feel like I can say, here's what I need you to do. I'll be back in a couple hours or
No.
I'll be back next week. You
can't
let me
do
know
that.
how. Really?
Yeah, no.
Really?
I think because I am more of the mothering type.
Oh,
and I'm
you
always
can't.
so involved in everything.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you get, like, after you work with people for 10 years, yeah, you get comfortable around each other. You start talking about private life and this and that. So it's
I
like,
thought you were going to say you start talking about privates. Which ones do you have? How often do you use them?
maybe. No, anyways.
It also says the big boss is able to really focus on growing and expanding and doesn't lose time with the nitty gritty. See?
I lose
That's not
time
you.
with the nitty gritty.
You do.
Yeah, I do.
See, I feel like I'm part of that as well.
Goes back to my checklist. Why'd you fucking check it if you
Yeah,
didn't do it?
True. All right, the visionary. Visionary bosses are the cool kids on the block. They are the ones that see where the company is going and if they're able to project it in the right path. Their excitement is contagious and they know how to communicate so that the whole team is on board and looking in the same direction. Yeah.
You know, I think that was our favorite boss.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree.
Yeah. And then he was the first one to realize that this company wasn't doing nothing for him and got the fuck out.
So here's the next line on this, which is
Okay.
exactly,
Okay.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
So this is the visionary.
Yeah.
More than managers, they are leaders. They are not afraid to get their hands dirty and understand how everything in the organization
Yep.
works.
Yep.
Yep.
That's our favorite boss.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, the Democrat.
Oh, why does
We're
it have
not
to be
getting
called a
political.
Democrat?
We're not getting political.
But why do they have to call it that? They couldn't come up
I
with
know.
a different name?
I couldn't think of it. It just is. So that's it.
All right.
This manager really takes the time to listen to their team. They want everyone on their team to feel they are a part of the organization and that every voice is heard.
I'm a Democrat.
Decisions are made as a group, employees are valued, and the manager takes the time to listen to everyone's opinions. As a result, the team feels implicated and engaged. I
So
also
that
feel like
was-
I'm part of that as
yes.
well.
And the big problem with that is you would have these ones that would just nag and nag and nag about stupid shit, and then eventually you just stop listening to them and you ignore them and you avoid them.
Yeah.
Right? Have you ever had that?
Yeah, I have.
You know, I had one employee that would blame every single thing on every single other person. They were the best. They always did the best job. Everything that was done by them. They were not part of the team. They were an individual. And it's like, pfft,
Yeah, that's
get
true.
the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know?
Good point.
I want everybody to be equal. And if you're going to try to hog all the work, I'm doing air quotes, hog all the work, you know?
Yeah.
I know you're not.
Yeah.
I know you're working with somebody else and everybody helps.
Yeah.
You didn't do all of this. We're a team.
We're a team.
You know?
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. Like, I hated hearing people say, that's not my job.
No,
We're
I
a team.
know. I know.
Everything is everybody's job.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
So,
above my pay grade.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
You know, because I saw a meme that said, would you flip burgers for $350K a year? Would you flip burgers for $350,000 a year?
You know, I hate the
Oh
food industry.
my God.
I am terrible.
First of all, you're thinking way too far into that.
I
the
have
whole
never
point
worked
of
in
it-
food. Did I ruin your question?
The whole point of that sounds like it's a money problem, not a don't want to work problem.
Right.
you know?
Right. No, I get it.
If everywhere paid $100,000 a year, you know, or more,
Yeah.
then these places would have no problem hiring people.
I know.
You want me to scoop shit? I'll scoop shit for $350,000
I just don't
a year.
know if I could do burgers. The smell of
Fuck.
grease,
Okay, wait.
greasy zits on my
Hold
face.
on a second. Would you package vegan burgers for $350,000 a year?
Yes.
There you go.
I would package them. Yes.
Yes. You know,
Yeah.
it's not a work shortage. It's a money shortage.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Let's go with one more. The insomniac.
There's another one?
There's
I thought we
another
were
one.
done. Oh my God. Okay.
That's all right.
Okay.
That's good. That was very interesting.
Yeah.
The insomniac. This is the manager that pushes you beyond your limits. This person is high on energy, demanding with themselves. As a result, expect the same from everyone.
No, that's not me.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you. That is you.
Mm-hmm.
That is you.
Yep. So I truly feel like, well,
There's
okay.
a piece of everything.
There's a piece. Well, you said the one you're not, the visionary. That's not you though, right?
Yeah, no.
So I have a little bit of the buddy. I have a little bit of the parent.
Yes.
The big boss. I
Me.
definitely, the visionary, you said maybe the Democrat and the insomniac. I
Yeah.
have a little bit of everything, but can I explain why I think I have a little bit of everything? A good manager would probably use all six
Right.
because of who they were working
Right.
with. This person may need that
Mothering,
parent.
yes,
This person
yes.
might need the insomniac that needs to show them exactly how it's done. This person might need that friend because
Right.
at home it sucks,
Right.
and they escape home to come to work, and they just
Yeah.
need that person next to them
Yeah.
as the buddy system.
Yep.
You know, like that. So I thought that was such a great article.
Yeah, I agree with
because
you.
it does show all six, and this is why I said I think you were like that too, because I think you read people,
Yeah.
you can see how people learn, you can see how people work, and you go off of that.
And I would always say there was never stupid questions.
Never.
That was a huge thing. I worked there for 10 years and I still learned new things every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Do you know last week I actually said that on a call.
Yeah.
I said, this is probably going to sound like a dumb question. They go, there's no dumb questions here.
Right,
Like they
right.
actually corrected me. I'm like, I should know better than to even say that line.
But remember how nervous you were about even asking a question a year ago?
Yeah. Yep.
You were like, oh my God, they're going to think I'm just so dumb. And
Yeah.
da-da-da, you know, and it's
Uh-huh.
like, no. I would hate when corporate would all of a sudden say, nope, we're doing it this way now. It's totally different. And it gave me such a headache because I was
Yeah.
all about moving on and moving up. And one of our big things we lived by at our old job was, you know, you can't you can't get better without change.
Yeah.
You know, like you have to progress with the times.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of stores were kicked in the ass to do that this last couple years, right? With the pandemic and everything. You know, stores that would never even consider doing curbside pickup. It's everywhere now.
Right.
You know, so if you don't change with the times, you're shutting down.
You're
you
right.
know?
Right.
So everybody would fight it, right? And I would always just try to be like, you guys, we have to do it. We have to try it. We have to see if it is better. That's like new math.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
These parents are flipping their fucking lids at new math. I get it. That's not the way we learned. It's very hard to relearn something like that.
Yeah.
But this next generation of kids, they're never going to get it. And it's like, no, they're going to be way smarter than us.
Yeah.
So you better get used to it because they're going to be able to math so much faster than I ever was able to, you know? They have, you know, we had like the mad minute. The mad math minute. You know, you had to do your times tables and shit.
All the way down the page.
I never got those all done. You know, math is not my strong suit. I'm a reader. I can read and comprehend. I can soak it in like a sponge. That's why me and my husband are perfect. He's a mather. I'm a reader. You know?
That's great.
So we help each other out. You know.
Yeah.
Just today, I was like, "What's if I have $1,000 and you know this and it's 20%, like what is that? You know?
Yeah. Right.
I mean,
right.
you know, usually like 10 or 20% I can figure out. But anyways, so yeah, it's very hard to change, and you just have to go with the flow. But there was times where corporate was going to be like, we're doing it like this, and it's like, that's stupid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's totally stupid. I'm not doing that. It totally like doesn't make sense. It doesn't help us.
Right.
It doesn't save time. I understand that may look really good on paper,
right.
but it's not feasible.
Yeah.
That was like the spider wraps.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that they gave you, I think it was 2 seconds to get a spider wrap off.
Oh, at the register?
That's how much time it
Tell
should take
people what
you.
spider wraps are. They might be called something different somewhere else.
So spider wraps, spirit caps, any sort of anti-theft.
Yes.
Right? So
you can find them on games. You can find them on
perfume, liquor.
Yep.
All sorts of stuff.
A
Plan
certain
B.
high dollar. Yeah, Plan B.
Plan
A certain
B pills,
high.
Those were a big theft item.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, they gave you 2 seconds to get that. Are you fucking kidding me? Some of those spider wraps were crushing the box. They were so tight. And you'd have to get it the key. So I had a magnetic key, and you would have to like push it in to pop it out.
Yep.
And they were so tight. It couldn't go any tighter. You know, like, oh my gosh. 2 seconds. Literally.
Interesting.
2 seconds to put them on or take them off.
Mm-hmm.
So the person stocking the stuff. So say you had to stock 60 boxes per hour. That's 1 box per minute. They only gave you an additional 2 seconds per item to put on
a spider wrap.
The anti-theft.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Who came up with that?
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it was one of our coworkers' dads that came up with that. So this is what he told me, that he worked for a company that set standards like that. Like, how long should it take to do a certain task? No, that's he didn't invent spider
Why are we so
wraps.
popular tonight? Our phones are going off
don't know,
crazy. Group chats.
It's Friday.
It is.
We're actually recording on a Friday.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But
I understand.
His father set the standard for how long stuff should take.
Okay.
And then he told, I was chit-chatting with him. And he
so
told
do
me
they actually go into a store and do it and then time themselves, or do they just kind of go,
but you have
2 seconds?
You have to think. No, they don't go into a store. They sit in an office and do it,
Oh.
right? So say spirit caps. Okay, so if you work retail, spirit caps, they go on top of the liquor bottles.
Yeah.
And basically what it is a top that clamps around the top of the bottle, the neck of the bottle. So if somebody walks out with it, it's going to beep, right?
Yeah. If your towers are working by your doors. Because ours never were.
Or like you'd walk through the clothing and you would hear like a
yeah.
And that was they were dead.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
like how do you charge that shit?
You don't.
You throw it away.
But okay, so you're sitting in an office, you have a case of 12 bottles, and you have 12 spirit caps. First of all the spirit caps are already unlocked and open.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
yeah, you're like, oh yeah, you just open the box and boom, 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 slap them on. Well, no, you have to find the right size.
Yeah.
You have to open them all because us cashiers love to take them off and then go.
Yeah.
And tap 'em
Oh my
close.
gosh, I remember doing that. I used to like open them, take them off, close them,
close
and then
it.
throw them in like the
Yes.
bin.
And it's a pain in the ass.
And
to
someone
open
walked
them.
up
You'd
to
have
me like from liquor, and they were like, "Hey, don't do
Can
that.
you not do that?
Yeah, don't do that
I
because
remember
I have
we
to
got hate
reopen all
mail.
of them.
Yeah. We got hate mail. Like, stop closing the security
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Keep it open.
Keep it open so we can use it again. But then those the spider wraps and like there's one in shirts that go from
through
the neck
the
through the arm
yes,
and back
yes,
up,
like
or
leather
a coat.
jackets and stuff. Yeah.
How fucking tangled would that shit
So that
get?
probably took them 3 seconds then.
That took them 30 minutes. So like that's great. You think that we are so fantastically organized,
Yeah.
but that shit gets thrown in a bin and sits there until somebody needs it, and they jumble around in it, and they get the one size they need, and they snake it out, and everything else is tangled up, and it does.
Do you know
not
that's
take
funny
3
with
seconds.
the spider wraps too, because you could roll them up.
Yes.
So you could like spin the top,
Right.
and it would spin them so that they were closed.
Yes.
And we don't do
we got
that
yelled
either.
at that too.
Leave them
Yes,
open. Leave them open.
Okay. Then it's you're getting a big fucking spider web, mass spider web tangle of shit.
That's so funny.
I do remember when they yelled at us for that too.
So have you ever worked with someone that you just always wanted to impress because you looked up to them or you liked their demeanor or so that happened to me today.
Always.
There is a manager at my job. I feel like she is so smart,
Yeah.
so amazing. I meet with her every month because I just want to continue to grow and learn, and we talk numbers and whatever, right? And so today I send her what we're going to talk about on Monday. I kind of send her like an agenda. You have to be like proper.
Yeah.
Like you got to know what you're going to be talking about for
That's why I
30
could
minutes
never
with
work
someone
corporate.
that.
Yeah.
Well, no, I do it. Like
I'd be like, yo, bitch, check it out. This is what we talking
I
about.
asked if she had time. I mean, I have meetings with a lot of people,
Yeah.
but for some reason, I just really look up to her. I think she's just great. I like the way she speaks, and I want to be like her when I
Yeah.
grow up. You
Yeah.
know?
I don't know.
But-
you only got like 30 more years till you grow
I
up. Holy
know.
shit.
Oh my gosh. I'm way behind. And so she sends me her agenda. Like she's going to go through a couple things with me. Here's my list. And then she writes, and looking forward to, I'm not going to quote it, looking forward to hearing your team's 2022 goals.
And you're like, oh, fuck.
I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Oh my God.
So all afternoon today, I worked on them. And I was actually pretty happy with where my team is going and where
Yeah.
I'm going. And like I did bullet points. I wrote it out in Word. It was like an outline. Like,
Yeah.
And so like I was really like, it was 3 pages worth of what
Oh
I'm
my
looking forward
God.
to. It was one of those days. You ever have those days where you're just like, yep, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And you just do. I had like 4 cups of coffee and I was just like, here's the
Shit.
plan. Here's what we're working on. Here's what we're doing. And then I corrected myself. I kept going through like, no, it's not, could we do this? We're going to do this. Here's what we're doing. Here's what my team is doing, blah, blah. And I just kept going on and on and on.
Holy
And I
cow.
was so happy. Now she's going to pick it apart because she's amazing like that. She'll pick it apart kindly and say, how about something like this? And I'll add notes to it and we'll add to
Yeah,
it. Right.
yeah.
I was so happy with myself to send it. Because I was going to wait till Monday and I'm like, no, your brain is right today.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, all right, cool. And I sent it and I was like, day done.
Oh
like,
my
I shut
God.
my computer. It was like 3:00. I'm like,
Oh my
I'm done.
God.
Like that was enough for my brain to do. So I was really happy.
See, you're that person to me.
I am?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, you are. I've always, like, since we started working together, because I started working at our last job a little bit before you, like maybe a year before you started there. And, like, you were always, like, such a mover groover, get it done,
Oh,
and always, like,
jeez.
happy. I'm more than happy to do that, you know? And I'd be like, I want to be like her when I grow up. That's why I followed you.
But I really appreciate.
And then you fucking left me again.
I know I
No?
did. I'm sorry. I left you like 1, 2,
Yeah,
2 times,
yeah,
right? 2
yeah.
times? Oh,
Bitch,
gosh.
bitch.
But yeah, I'm curious. Like
Yeah.
if you have, besides me, do you have like someone that you're just like, yes, I want to do this. I want to be better. Now, I feel like she is so intelligent and so amazing. She probably looked at my small notes
Oh
and was
my
like,
God.
yeah, we're going to work on that on Monday, but that's okay.
You're such an overthinker. You're an overachiever and an
Oh
overthinker.
God, overthinker for sure. But yeah, like those that are listening, be that person.
Yeah.
Be that person that someone wants to say, be the person that like when you ask someone, hey, what's your plans for 2022, that person that you just asked wants to impress you and wants to go work for 4 hours writing an outline and saying, here's what I'm doing in 2022.
Yeah.
That would be an amazing manager to me.
Yeah.
Where people say, I want to impress them today, or I want to work on this today, and be that person. There's a lot of people that aren't those kind of people.
I try.
Yeah, there is a lot of people out there like that, but then there's also a lot of people that are like, you know.
I went from manager to minion, which is like.
So you didn't. I feel like your role is very important. I don't know.
Like, obviously, the job that I have now is very involved.
It is.
And, pretty particular. And it's important, but it's nice to go to work and not have to worry about what anybody else is doing.
So I'm going to repeat what you said earlier. So you said, I manage myself.
Yeah.
You get all your work done.
Yeah.
You get almost all your monthly goals, weekly goals done.
Yeah.
I think that's harder sometimes than managing
It
others.
is.
Because you can decide on a Monday morning to get up late and just, maybe I'll hit some goals. I'll worry about it. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll hit a couple things.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll leave a little bit later so I'm sitting in traffic and traffic for 2 hours and then just rush around and act like I'm doing stuff.
Yeah.
I think managing yourself is just as hard as managing people. Because you have to get up every day and say, what's my plan? You were talking about your list.
Right.
You were talking about like your handheld, like what you had to do. I don't know.
But I only have to manage myself. That's a lot easier.
Some people can't manage themselves.
That's true.
I've seen it. I have managed people that could not manage themselves. Okay? Like they walk in and they're like, what do you need me to do? I'm like, you really don't fucking know what you're going to do?
That was my third shifter that had been there longer than me. You know what I mean?
Like, hey, what's up, boss? What do you need me to do? I'm like, the same fucking shit you did last week.
Same fucking checklist you do every night, except tonight try to get all the checks. And actually do all the checks.
I've already done 40. You have 45.
Yes.
Let's see what happens here.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I don't know. Well,
funny.
you know what? And I guess, maybe you're right because, I mean, when you're managing people, you know what their attitude's going to be because it's fucking same shitty attitude every day. Like, my attitude is like multiple personalities, so you never know what you're going to get.
Have you ever managed those people, or do you ever work with those people that every day is bad?
Yes.
Like something happened.
Yes.
Their dog's toenails cracked, or the cat has a runny nose, or
an excuse for
the
everything.
car broke down, or they're sad about this.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, okay, I get it. Some people really do have some really shitty bad luck.
Okay,
So yes. I'm not talking about you.
There's a
I'm
line. There's a line.
Yeah, like just be happy.
There's a line.
We all know retail sucks, but just be happy.
I saw a TikTok a long time ago when I first got on TikTok, and it's always resonated with me. And it was a woman talking about stop bringing so much personal stuff to work because the bottom line is work doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
and
right.
The more personal stuff you bring to work, the more it gives yourself an excuse to not do your job the way you should.
Yeah.
Well, I'm dealing with this. Poor me. So you really, and that's a hard thing too when you're working on your own, is drawing that line and being like, don't fucking worry about that right now. You can worry about it when you're at home. Go get your shit done. You know?
You know what? Let's think of it this way. Take a break from everything at home.
Yeah.
Come to work.
Yeah.
Do what you can do.
Yeah.
I'm not saying do extra.
Yeah.
Do what you can do. Let your mind take a break from everything at home. They say leave it at the door.
Right.
There's a reason for that.
Right. Maybe even chit chat with somebody and find out that they have it way worse than you and appreciate your shit much more.
Steve has always said
you
this. You have a round table with everybody. Everybody puts their problems in the middle. You're going to want to take yours back.
Yeah.
You're going to want to take yours back. Because we only get what we can handle.
Right.
Right?
Right.
We only get what we can handle.
I don't know if that's true. I've seen some people fucking go through some shit.
I mean,
me personal, but you know what? Maybe that is true because they handled it and I would have fucking lost my mind.
Right.
So
that's why you would take your problems back.
Yeah,
See?
exactly.
Yep.
I always try to remember that. Like, I really am very spoiled by my husband. I remember when we first got together, he told me I didn't have to work. And I was like, but we don't even have children. Like, why wouldn't I work? You know, like, I knew that I didn't want kids. You know,
Yeah.
I knew there was no reason for me to stay home. Like, I can still work 8 hours a day and go home and clean the house, mainly because I don't have kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't have to pick them up from school or daycare, then go to soccer, then cook dinner, then clean up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, people who have kids, man, you're fucking rock stars. And if your fucking partner doesn't help you, I'm sorry, but they should be helping you because you work too. Rock stars. What? No, you got this big weird look on your face. We already did a quiz.
I have a quiz for you.
Stop it. What could it possibly be about? Because this was a very random episode.
What kind of Christmas cookie are you?
Oh, that's so perfect. Okay, I'm excited about this one. Okay.
Are you ready? Are you
Yes,
ready?
I'm ready.
I feel like this was kind of a serious
So
episode.
we
We're
need
kind
to
of
end
like
it on a
yelling a
laugh.
lot, so we're
Yeah.
going to end on a laugh.
I do feel like we were yelling a lot.
We were yelling.
Sorry,
I'm
guys.
sorry.
Sorry, guys.
I'm sorry. We were very intense this time. You know what, though? We need some intense
We're
episodes.
intense people.
We are. We're still going to get all our texts that said that was great. So BuzzFeed.com wants
Okay.
to know what kind of Christmas cookie you are.
Let's find out.
Which of these holiday scents make you the happiest? Okay. Vanilla, chocolate, almond, cinnamon, citrus, peppermint.
Almond.
Ooh.
I fucking love almond.
Good,
I know you're
good
allergic
one.
to almond.
No, that's a good one, though. That is a good smell.
It is.
I have a sugar cookie candle upstairs.
Is that it was chocolate. What was the chocolate
It's sugar
one?
cookie. It
I'm
smells
are you
like
baking
chocolate.
Cookies?
Yes.
Are you baking cookies?
So I had the candle lit all day yesterday, and Julia was home. And every time I walked into the kitchen, I'm like, "Oh, she's cooking cookies." I'm like, "Oh, shoot, that's just my candle." Anyways, okay. What's your favorite winter activity? Snowboard, sledding, decorating, sitting by the fire with some fuzzy socks, skiing, or skating?
Sitting by the fire with fuzzy socks and a bottle of wine.
Perfect. I love it. Pick a reindeer.
Ooh.
Comet, Dancer,
No,
Blitzen, Cupid,
stop
Prancer,
it.
Donner.
Not even Rudolph?
You're not a shining star, I guess.
You know Dasher and Dancer and
Prancer
Prancer and
Vixen,
Vixen.
Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen.
But do you recall? Okay.
We get you to sing at every episode.
I'm gonna say Donner. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Sounds
I
like
it.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. What would you want to be dunked in?
Ooh.
Ooh. It's kind of personal.
Yeah.
Milk, eggnog, looks like hot cider. These are all pictures. It looks like
Show me the picture.
hot chocolate,
Oh.
a chocolate milkshake, and what's that one on the bottom left?
Okay, we got milk, eggnog, tea. I'm gonna say that's tea.
Oh, the other one's cider.
Cider, hot cocoa, or a milkshake.
Okay.
So I'm not a milky
A
person.
milkshake brings out.
I'm gonna say cider.
Cider. So that was this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. They kind of look the same.
Yeah.
All right. What would your elf name be?
Oh,
Sparkle,
buddy.
Noella, Penny, Hootie, Zeddy, Jilly.
Fucking Hootie? What the fuck?
Who's a Hootie?
I'm gonna say Sparkle.
Sparkle!
Yeah.
I liked Noella. I like that.
Noella.
Pick a snowman.
Okay.
So there's like
There's an
six
upside
different-
down one. That
Yeah,
one's cute. There's
yeah.
a lit up. There's like a very romantic one holding a rose.
Ooh.
There's a little very plain. Oh, the sand.
The
Sand
snowman.
Yep.
What's on your Christmas list? A handmade scarf, a new bike, dance lessons. I'll take anything. A cozy blanket, jewelry.
I've always said you could wrap up a piece of poop and I would be excited about it. So
I'll
literally
take anything.
Yep.
Yep.
I always get very like sentimental, like, oh my God, they thought of me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
Me too, and then I judge. All right. I'm like, oh, they thought of me, but do they really know me?
I never care. If I get a gift from somebody, I think it's like the most special thing.
Oh, I love it. How would your friends describe you?
I don't know. You
Okay, this
tell
first
me.
one's going to make me laugh. Spicy.
Fuck, why is it spicy?
Why is it so spicy? Spunky, traditional, surprising, reliable, quirky.
Oh,
I know which one I think you are, but what do you think?
well, I was going to say like sparkly and reliable.
There's no sparkly on here.
Oh.
That was before. So let's go with reliable.
Wait, what was the other one though?
It was spicy, spunky, traditional, surprising,
Oh,
quirky.
surprising.
Maybe I
Yeah.
didn't say surprising. We'll have to go back and look.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, yeah, you did.
Okay, pick your favorite topping. None for me, thanks. Whipped cream, cranberries, sprinkles, all of the toppings, jam.
I'm going to say whipped cream.
Ooh. Gosh, what are you going to be?
Whipped.
What's your number one Christmas song? Do you have one like in your mind right now? And don't even tell me it's Mariah Carey. I sent you that meme of that girl saying, my car's making this noise. The mechanic said, maybe if you take the Mariah Carey CD out of there, it would stop making a terrible noise. Do you have one like in mind or should I
read them because I love a lot.
White Christmas, and it's got to be the Bing Crosby one.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
that's my favorite Christmas movie.
Mele Kalikimaka.
Oh, my God. I like that one, too.
Yeah, no. Jingle Bells. Deck the Halls. The 12 Days of Christmas. Joy to the World.
You know what? It's between the first two. White Christmas or Mele Kalikimaka is the white way to say Merry Christmas to you.
Ooh, which one?
White Christmas.
White Christmas.
Classic. Love it.
You are a gingerbread cookie.
Ooh!
Let's see. They've been all right. You're a little bit spicy, which means life with you is tons of fun. Always keep people on their jolly toes, and you'll go far in life.
Oh, that's
so good. And look how cute.
I am cute.
You are a gingerbread cookie.
Until somebody bites my leg off.
Even though you didn't click spicy, you clicked reliable, it still thinks you are because it knows you.
Yeah.
These quizzes are so good.
It knows.
Thanks, BuzzFeed.com.
Should we do you now?
Absolutely
Can we find out
not.
what cookie you are?
Next week. Let's do it next week. I'm going to be like an Oreo.
I'm like, you're a thumbprint.
I'm going to be like a plain Oreo, just the insides.
Just the creamy center.
Oh, mushy.
Oh, sick.
Oh, man. This was super fun.
Yes, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I always have fun.
I think we yelled a little bit. We kind of got on our soapboxes a little bit, and
Yeah.
then we ended super fun. So
Yeah. I always have
All
fun
right.
with you. Yeah.
we were like a little spicy. We were a little whipped creamy.
Little gingerbready.
So there's one more week till Christmas.
You better get your fucking shopping done.
Maybe. We'll see. All right, everybody. Have a good Friday.
Bye, guys.
Have a
Happy
good weekend.
Friday.
Bye. This podcast is brought to you by NameTag Productions, LLC. Entire podcast, unless otherwise stated, written by the hosts. Drums, written and performed by my son, Steven. The Clopen Effect, a retail podcast. If we have to be all in this together, we might as well make it fun.